Hey there, I'm John West from Smokehouse Products. First, I want to thank you and congratulate you on your recent purchase of the Smoke Chief 2.0. This little device, as you've learned and will come to know, can turn any grill, whether it be a gas grill, a charcoal grill, or even a pellet grill like a Traeger, into a world-class smoker. So the very first thing you're going to do before you unbox and attach the Smoke Chief to your grill is you're going to need to drill a hole into your heating device. So you'll notice I've got a Weber 2-burner gas grill right here. This, simply put, is an 11/16 drill bit that you can pick up at your local hardware store. It's very simple. You take either electric or a battery-powered drill and drill that 11/16 hole into the side of the grill. The first thing I normally do is I line up that copper pipe, and I'll just simply take a marker and trace the outside of it so that I know where it exactly lines up as the unit is sitting on the side tray of your grill. And that way you can basically remove the device. You've got a little template marked with a marker, and that's where then you just drill the 11/16 hole and you're ready to go. I want to point out, because we've been asked the question, if I put a hole into my grill, will that affect the grill when I want to use it without the Smoke Chief? And the answer is absolutely not. There's plenty of ventilation in any grill, whether it be a pellet grill like a Traeger or a gas grill like this Weber, where smoke and pressure escapes that device. And so drilling an 11/16 size small hole into the side of this will not affect the performance of that grilling device in any way, shape, or form. Now that I've got my grill prepared for the Smoke Chief by drilling that 11/16 hole, it's time to plug it in and get started. So again, come with the device into any electric outlet close by, plug the unit in. Once you turn that switch on, you'll hear that fan kick in. Make sure that the heating element starts to glow, which takes about 10 seconds. And sure enough, she's heating up nicely. Now, I like to let this heat up for just a minute or two. It doesn't take long, but before I put my pellets in, I want to make sure this is actually good and hot inside of that cylinder. That's going to help dry it out and make sure that there's not a lot of moisture built up, which we'll talk about later. So before I'm actually ready to cook food using my Smoke Chief, it's important that you actually season it or break it in. And simply put, that's to take about a cup, maybe 3/4 of a cup of pellets, and just pour it into the unit itself. You'll see it'll take just a few seconds to start to smoke. I'll attach the cap, and you can see that smoke is starting to come out. So I'll simply insert that into my grill and let those pellets burn down. It'll take, in this case, I've only used about a half a cup. It'll take about 30 minutes for those pellets to burn through. You'll see it's starting to actually provide smoke into the grill. Again, it's a good thing to let that run for 20 minutes, half hour with some pellets in it first. They'll actually season that, make sure that it's not imparting any kind of taste onto your food the first time out without actually running pellets through it for a while. Okay, so I've drilled the hole in my grill. I've run a full cup through the Smoke Chief to season it. I'm actually ready to cook my first meal on my grill with my new Smoke Chief. So simply put, we're going to turn her back on. I'm going to take that lid off. And I'm simply going to pour about a half to 3/4 cup in. Now, one little tip I'll share with you is I don't like to fill the cylinder completely to the top. It causes a few issues as it relates to a crust that could build up. I like especially just to kind of get the heat going with about a half to 3/4 of a cylinder. Once I've done that, I replace the lid and I'll push that plunger down to where I feel the top of those pellets. And again, it's about 3/4 full. You'll have to replace that maybe a little sooner, about every 30 to 40 minutes is how long it'll take to burn through that first amount of pellets. But what we've learned is filling it 3/4 instead of all the way to the top, it tends to operate a little bit better and clogs less. So now that I've poured pellets into the Smoke Chief and she's operating, just take a look at the amount of smoke that this thing is putting out already 10 seconds after I've attached it to my Weber. Have a look at this once we actually open the lid. Now, if you like smoke flavor on anything you like to grill, whether that be steaks, chicken, ribs, fish, you're going to love this device because you're going to have smoke pretty much to anything you grill from this day forward. For more information about the Smoke Chief, as well as all the other great products by Smokehouse, check us out at smokehouseproducts.com.